right. It was an intense heat day today throughout the state of South Carolina. I think that all of us can attest to that fact. And honestly, I wasn't outside much really during the afternoon. I was out some during the evening and then the morning time. But even around like 9 to 10 o'clock, I mean, sweat was already rolling. So it's hot. It's hot. I think that's the main thing that most of us probably know. But a lot of people think, a lot of people may think that this may be some normal heat. I've seen people, posting saying, oh, well, this is just the South. This is the normal type of heat that we get down here every so often. And, at a degree that they may be technically right. But it does not mean that we should be going on and disregarding all of this heat that we are about to receive, especially as we go into this weekend, and especially because it's a holiday weekend as well. That's even more reason to make sure that you're paying attention. And so that's the main topic for tonight, the intense heat that's going to continue over throughout the week and maybe even throughout next week. What's on tap for tonight? Well, mostly dry with isolated evening showers possible early tonight. Highs tomorrow in the mid to upper 90s. Heat indices of up to 100 to 110 from Wednesday into Thursday. Dangerous extreme heat this weekend. Heat advisories are definitely going to happen, in my opinion. And then another round of extreme heat likely next week. All of that we're going to go in and talk about. But if you have not hit the like button yet or the subscribe button yet, go in and do so. Also hit the share button. Share with your friends, your family members, your acquaintances, and people that you don't talk to regularly because it's free, it's free, it's free. Starting off, what is going on right now throughout the entire state of South Carolina? Well, we are seeing barely anything. Barely anything. I don't see really anything going on in the upstate, the Midlands, the PD, the Grand Trend. I do see some rainfall activity going on over here in Dorchester County near Givens, over here near Hanahan, and also just to the west of downtown Charleston, maybe even in the northern parts of downtown Charleston. We have some little sprinkles kind of going on over there near West Ashley. But overall, that's about it. We look and see what's going on throughout the entire U.S. We do have some rainfall, some storms going on in Georgia, some more storms in Florida, even some storms in western Texas, some of them being severe. Speaking of severe weather, we have a tornado watch up here in North Dakota and Minnesota. Some severe weather going on in the Dakotas, in Minnesota, Nebraska, and then Montana getting in on some of the rainfalls. Washington State getting in even on some stormy activity. Now, what's going on in terms of cloud cover? Cloud cover right now seems to be looking mainly pushing over towards the west. You see some of that cloud cover from Greenville to Spartanburg to maybe even near Gaffney. And then you see some over there near Greenwood, near like Saluda, Edgefield, and then in the western areas near like Allendale and Hampton. But if you look more towards the east, you're starting to see it start to clear out a lot. You're starting to see it definitely clear out a lot. And as we go on and move over into our cloud cover for the future, going on and pushing this forward, we see some of that cloud cover continuing on all the way into tonight around like 4 a.m., moving into around 7 o'clock in the morning, all the way to around 10 a.m. or so. We have some cloud cover that's going to kind of be here and there throughout the state. But there is, it's not going to be much. It's not going to be much at all. We're going to move this into 1 o'clock p.m., moving all the way to around 5 o'clock p.m. Look at all that cloud cover starting to move its way down from the north, down south, into the state. Even as you move into the evening hours on Tuesday, then as we go into Wednesday morning, cloud cover definitely present in the lower areas. Now, as we go on and take a look at our temperatures, we're looking at around 82 in Charleston, 83 Summerville, Beaufort, 83 Orangeburg, 81 in Georgetown, even 80 in Myrtle Beach, 82 Florence and Lugoff, even 80 in Union, 79 in Greenville, Spartanburg, 80 Gaffney, Clemson. And then in terms of your air quality for tonight, looks like that we are mainly inside the good category, but we do see some yellows. We see a moderate over there near Florence, see a moderate near Sumter, Manning, even inside the Tri-County area of Dorchester, Berkeley, Charleston County, and even over there in the western areas of the Low Country, Colleton County, moving on over into those areas. And what we're seeing is just a moderate, like I said, so not too good, not too bad though, not too bad. And up there in the very far upstate, Walhalla, moving on over there near Pickens, we also have another little moderate going on over there. Low temperatures for tonight, we're talking about 75 in Greenville, 74 Spartanburg, 75 inside of Columbia, and even around 75 in Orangeburg, 74 Moncks Corner and Georgetown, 78 in Charleston, 75 Myrtle Beach, and of course, 81 down there in Hilton Head Island. High temperatures for tomorrow, we're talking about 93 in Greenville, 93 Spartanburg, 95 Columbia, even Aiken, 94 Orangeburg, and 93 in Moncks Corner, 90 from Charleston, all the way up to Georgetown and Hilton Head Island. Heat index values for tomorrow. Tomorrow, not going to really be the hottest in terms of the heat index side. Like, I think we definitely saw some hotter heat index values today. But tomorrow, you see a couple of 102, 103. You see some purple that's getting close to around 105 up. But not really in the low country where it was today. It's really going to be up there in the upstate areas, especially those western areas. That's where it's going to be the hottest at tomorrow. Now, we'll see tomorrow morning what happens, how it's going to update. But for right now, looking like those western areas. Now, in terms of winds, or not winds, we don't do wind at night. In terms of rainfall, we do have a risk, obviously, of some isolated scattered activity to happen. We know that. We still see some isolated scattered activity right now inside the Tri-County area. But you're seeing some rainfall over there near Anderson, over there near the northern parts of the state, like right along that Georgia-North Carolina border, the tri-state area. And then as you move over into the western low country, you're also seeing some rainfall going on over in that area. Now, in terms of the SPC outlook, this was updated later on. Because this morning this was not here, but it's here now. And they have a marginal risk of severe weather for tonight. Let's see, have they gotten rid of it? Is it gone? Seems like right now that it is gone, but something's going on with the website right now. I have no idea what in the world is happening to their website right now, the SPC, the Storm Prediction Center. But the main thing is that the marginal risk is gone, so you can ignore that dark green. But if you're inside the light green, technically you still have the ingredients there for a thunderstorm, mainly confined to those western areas. But for the most part, I do believe that we are mostly done for tonight. We go and take a look at tomorrow. We have another risk of thunderstorm activity in the upstate. And then if you move over into Wednesday, another risk of thunderstorm activity once again. But again, you kind of see it thinning out as you move more and more into July. You're kind of just starting to see it in like some spots. You're not seeing it too widespread. You're just seeing it in like some spots getting smaller and smaller by the day. Fire weather is not expected. Excessive rainfall is not expected. Now, what about for the crazy score for tonight? Tonight we're at a 9. We're inside that calm category. Light clouds. Obviously, it's going to be a bit muggy, so it's not going to, put us all the way down towards the ground in terms of the crazy score. But obviously, a very quiet, low-risk night, mostly dry, isolated evening showers going on. Warm, muggy conditions going on. And just overall, partly cloudy skies really going on. No significant severe weather, flooding threats are expected, and just no major concerns. So that's our outlook for tonight. You move on into the models now, because the models, part 2 of the forecast for tonight, as we know, showing some activity later on, but again, not really a whole lot. Let me go in and show you it right now. We're going to start off here at around 9 o'clock p.m., and just as we go on and push this forward, one thing you do see as you move to around 12 o'clock in the morning or so, you're starting to see some, still see some isolated showers here and there kind of going on. But again, nothing too bad. You move to around 3 o'clock in the morning, still some showers going on in parts of the upstate, the Grand Strand getting, some rainy conditions at around like 5 a.m. But that's very, very late tonight. We go into tomorrow morning, 7 to 8 o'clock in the morning. You're starting to see some more shower activity in parts of the eastern low country and parts of the Grand Strand area and parts of the PD. Moving on into like the later morning, going now into the early afternoon, 2 p.m., we have showers and storms towards our south and west in like Alabama and Georgia and Florida, but not in South Carolina. You go all the way into around 8 p.m. tonight, and then now you're starting to see some activity starting to pop up, but again, it's not a lot. In fact, it looks very minimal. We go over into Wednesday morning, and still nothing much. And so this kind of is reflective of our pattern right now. We know that we have that huge ridge that's starting to form over us inside of the state of South Carolina. And so that's why you're not seeing really any sort of big storm systems trying to come through. And I may go in and pull it up just to show later on when we're talking about the long-term future. Speaking of the long-term future, what's going to happen here? Well, we're going to start off here on Wednesday. We're going to move this into Thursday, going on into Friday. You're not seeing much in terms of rainfall throughout the state of South Carolina, but you go into like the weekend here, Saturday, here's July 4th. July 4th, looks like some rainfall is possible, some moisture in the atmosphere, but it doesn't really look like it's totally widespread once again. You go on to around Sunday. Sunday comes along. You see some pretty active conditions as you go into Sunday afternoon, though, Sunday evening, though. So Sunday could be a day to watch for in terms of rainfall, as models here are kind of showing a bit more of an uptick in that moisture, and that's kind of expected. And I'll show you why in just a moment. But if we go on and move in through Monday, another little system trying to come through. Next week looks pretty active compared to this week. It really does. And so if you want that rainfall, I think next week is definitely going to be your week to where you definitely could get it. And remember, this is what the drought currently looks like right now. We saw some decretion in it as we went into last week, but obviously now with this week, with not receiving that much rainfall potentially, now we're looking at it potentially just trying to stay the same, if not maybe grow a little in some spots. But you never know with some of those summer storms, a lot of rainfall could fall. And then now you're looking at some areas trying to get a good amount of rainfall, maybe a decretion in some areas, maybe an increase in some other areas, and honestly, it just could be all over the place. But we'll take a look at that Thursday. Remember, the Drought Monitor is released every Thursday. We go in and discuss it 9 o'clock p.m. Make sure that you're there for that. But moving forward, even more into the week after next week, it still looks active. It still looks active, and so this is a huge boost from what we saw yesterday. This is the 18Z for today for the GEFS. You know, we still see maybe around an inch and some change, close to 2 inches, maybe even 3 inches in some spots over inside the state of South Carolina over the next 300 to 400 hours, which is good. Want to see it. And according to the European a bit more on the lesser side over the next 360 hours, kind of having us around like an inch and a half, maybe up to around 2-3 inches of rainfall as we move throughout the next 360 hours. So again, a huge increase from what we were seeing yesterday. This is what yesterday showed. Yesterday, I mean, a complete game changer from what it shows here today. And then here's what it was yesterday. A huge game changer. And the GEFS is the same way. You start off here, this was the 18Z. What about even the 12Z earlier? 12Z even was even worse. Just from 6 hours ago, but this is today, and this was yesterday. So, kind of, I think as we get more and more into the future, we're starting to see active conditions really starting to get going, and I can explain why, because if we go on and look at the Climate Prediction Center, they put out an outlook for the next 6 to 10 days, and what would you guess? South Carolina is in the above average precipitation outlook over the next 6 to 10 days from July 5th going into July 9th. We are above average in terms of rainfall. So it looks like a lot of moisture maybe trying to move in as we go into early next week, which again is good. We want to see that. And even if we go on and take a look at the next 8 to 14 days, go and look at that as well. Above average. This goes from July the 7th through July the 13th. Above average precipitation. So that's all that I have to say there really in terms of the precipitation. Let's go on now and take a look at our temperatures, because obviously temperatures being a big part and the main topic, for tonight, the most intense heat we've seen so far is about to happen. And so let me go in and show you that right now. We're going to start off here tonight. We're going to go into tomorrow. Here's 2 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. You go into Tuesday afternoon or so, going into Tuesday evening. You look above average. That's expected. We were expecting that. You go into Wednesday, 10 to 15 degrees above average. We move into Thursday, 10 to 15 degrees above average. You go into Friday, maybe even more than that. You go into July 4th, Saturday, 10 to 15 degrees above average. And that continues throughout the week, even going on into next week. Because remember, at the beginning, I also said, if you look back on what's on tap, I said another round of extreme heat is likely for next week. So we still are not done. If you thought that we were going to be done with this intense heat for July 4th, I know that a lot of people have been pushing that July 4th, weather information about how it's going to continue to be warm and hot, but a lot of people don't really cover the future and past July 4th. And, July 4th is not really just the only area that we should be watching for, because not only is July 4th just going to be hot, but next week will be as well. I mean, we're Monday of next week, Tuesday of next week. We're like 15 degrees above average in a lot of spots. I see some 18s in some other spots. You go into Wednesday of next week, and overall, it stays warm. It stays warm. Now, as you move throughout the end of the week, things start to get a little bit more complicated, but warm temperatures and hot temperatures are here to stay. They're here to stay. They're not just here for July 4th and then they're just, leaving. They're going to stay here throughout next week as well. Now, what about for our actual temperatures? Because I know that's what a lot of people want to look at and to pay attention to. But if you go in and take a look at it, we're up into the 90s for tomorrow. Wednesday, up into the upper 90s. Thursday, we're seeing some 100s in some spots. We get into Friday, we're seeing some more 100s. And then July 4th comes along, we're seeing 100s in a lot of spots now. In a lot of spots. 2 o'clock p.m., 5 o'clock p.m. You move into Sunday, 102, 103. I think there's 104 in there. There is. As you move into Sunday, you go into next week, Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, and you're continuing to see 100s as you move all the way into next week. So that's why, I've kind of been pushing. It's not only July 4th, it's everything past there as well. Now, if we go on and take a look at the heat index values, go and take a look at the heat index values real quick. We're going to start off here going into Wednesday first. Going into Wednesday, we're up into the 100s in terms of heat index values for Wednesday. Thursday, same thing. But then as we move into Friday, you see some 100s, 103. I see like 105. And then as you move into Saturday, more 105s coming in. But you don't really see anything near like 110 according to the GFS. Now, obviously, we know that there's a lot of disagreements going on, and honestly, I mean, if 105, which 105 is still hot, don't get me wrong, but I mean, if you remember from what we were looking at a couple of days ago, we were looking at like 107, 108, 109, even 110, I think 112 like a week ago or something like that, but been on a bit of a downtrend in terms of the temperatures. Again, temperatures are still going to be hot, they're still going to be dangerous, no matter what. But even if we go in and take a look, for example, at the European model, let's see, the European model kind of has more of around 106 or so. You see some 103s, I see a lot of 105s going on, and then you see 107 as you move into Sunday. So I think, honestly, if we go back and look at the GFS once again, moving on into Sunday here, Sunday, it does get pretty hot on Sunday, going into Monday, and then here's Tuesday back up into the 100s. So honestly, July 4th could just be the start. It could really just be the start of this whole heat wave that's going to continue throughout the state. And honestly, it could be one of the cooler days, even though it's 105. Now, one thing I do want to look at just for the future is the ensembles real quick. Then we'll go in and talk with the audience real quick as well. But I just want to go and take a look at the temperatures past 200 hours, because usually once you get around 200 hours out, that's when you want to start looking at the ensembles and the models kind of put together. But as we just go in and push this forward, models for the future all the way into mid-July. I mean, we're looking at mid-90s, and so it doesn't look like too much of a cool down is really going to try and come through throughout the state of South Carolina. So we'll continue to watch it. I'll continue to watch it as well. But again, it is an ensemble, and once you get further out into the future, things always change. We just saw the deterministic earlier saying that maybe mid-July, we may be seeing some cooler conditions, maybe, possibly. But for right now, it's mainly just looking like it's going to continue to stay hot, which, I mean, it is July, so, I mean, it makes sense. If you were not here this morning, we talked about it, but there was an earthquake today throughout the state of South Carolina, and it was up here in Cross Anchor, South Carolina, 9 kilometers east of Cross Anchor, South Carolina. We had a 2.2. So if you remember the one we were talking about yesterday in Elgin, that one was a 2.2. Guess what? Cross Anchor, 2.2. So both of them kind of happened. And they both actually happened about 12 hours apart. The one in Elgin happened at 10 a.m. yesterday, around close to 11 a.m. And then the one near Cross Anchor happened around 10 o'clock, 10:15 p.m. or so last night. So that one was also a 2.2. So that is a lot of, activity kind of going on. But like I said, and as I always say, number one, this is a reminder to just make sure that you are earthquake ready. You never know when it can happen. Nobody can predict earthquakes. That's not how that works. Really just whenever it wants to happen, it can happen. So we're just going to continue to, keep on saying that make sure you're prepared, make sure you're ready for it, just in case if an earthquake does come to your area, you know what to do. And then also, both of these relatively weak. 2.2 is not that high on the scale at all. So now it's time for us to go on and talk with the live audience. If you want to be a part of the live audience, you can by joining us here at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. My Nana says, hello all, a real hot day. Thanks for all that you do. Well, thank you so much for that and for that comment, and you're welcome to you. And thank you so much for the weather report for where you are. Mr. Daniel says, hopefully we can get some of the rain from the tropical disturbance east of the coast of South Carolina. I pray, need the rain. Oh, I'm so glad that you brought that up. So glad that you brought that up, because that is actually over here on the side of my screen right here. Let me go in and show that right now on the map. Again, I'm not really expecting this to do much. Disturbance 1, disorganized showers and thunderstorms located off the southeastern U.S. coast are associated with an area of low pressure along a frontal boundary. Environmental conditions appear only marginally favorable for some tropical development over the next day or two as the system drifts south, and then it will drift west before conditions become even less favorable later this week. So this only has a 10% chance of forming, but 10% is still a 10%. So we're still going to take that for what it's worth, but also it's going to continue to move south and west. So I already showed the models earlier for the official rainfall totals that we may be getting. And so could this have something to do with it? I mean, yeah, it could. I don't think it will really do much, though. I don't think it will really do much. At least for this week. Next week, if it is still, out there still producing showers, still producing some activity, then we know that as we move into next week that moisture will increase for us. So it could, it definitely could. So let's go on and continue back over towards the audience. That says, good evening, gentlemen, the 360 Weather family. Well, good evening to you. I trust all is well with everyone. It was a nice hot day here in Central Texas. We had a blistering high of 94. Well, thank you so much for that weather report for where you are in Central Texas. Trail says, greetings, everyone. Greetings to you. Mr. Michael says, hi. Thanks for the nightly weather forecast. No problem at all. Thank you so much for your comment. And then Leandra says, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. The storming has pretty much stopped here inside of Spartanburg. Well, yeah, nothing really going on up there. Go on and take a look at it. And there's nothing going on in the upstate in general. Really, the only area where there is some rainfall is down here in the Tri-County area, Dorchester, Charleston counties. Everybody else seems to be mostly just out and done. But you could see some rainfall tonight. I mean, it's probably very low, and it's going to be very isolated, but the chance is there for you. Chance is there. And that's all that I can see here throughout the chat. Remember, if you've not hit the like button yet or the subscribe button, make sure that you go on and do so. We're at 26 people that have tuned in tonight. 26 people have tuned in tonight, and we only have 8 likes. If you're a part of that group of 18 that have not hit the like button yet, go on and do so. It's free, and it's, honestly, just free. That should be enough for you right there to go on and hit the like button. And also, like I said, subscribe. We're at 758 last time I checked, trying to get to that main goal of 800. Good, said it right the first time. Well, I'm glad. We welcome the rain. Absolutely. And that's pretty much all I have to see here inside of the chat. So we're going to go on real quick and talk about the 4 areas outside of South Carolina. You might be asking, 4 areas outside of South Carolina? What am I talking about? I'm talking about San Antonio, Texas, Raleigh, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, as well as Duncan, Oklahoma. The reason why we talk about these 4 areas is because we have people from these areas who tune in almost nightly, and because they tune in almost nightly, we go in and give them their forecast for them. If this is your stop, hold on one second. Somebody was calling my phone, excuse me. But if this is your stop and you are a South Carolina, person, you don't really care for these last 4, make sure you go on and check out the logo as well. I didn't mention that yesterday. Make sure that you go on and check out the new logo that is on the page now. That's on the page now. Besides, just need to change some stuff up, and honestly, I like that one a lot better. You'll see it if you're still sticking around. I'll show you it, kind of in full screen at the end. But go in and check out that logo, and also know there's some big stuff coming up. So we're gonna start off real quick. Before we get to this, top fans of the night for tonight. What's gonna be the question for tonight? Question for me. The question for me. Is I think it's gonna have to go to. I think I'm gonna do something with the high temperatures for tomorrow. High temperatures for tomorrow. If you can guess what region, I'm talking about the upstate, the low country, the PD, the Grand Strand, the Midlands. It's only like 4 or 5 of them. If you can guess what area had the highest high temperatures on average for tomorrow, you will be top fan of the night for tonight. So you can start. You have to be a subscriber, though, to type. So go on and start if you want to participate in that. So we're going to start off with San Antonio first. You have low temperatures tonight at 76. High temperatures for tomorrow at 94. And then low temperatures tomorrow night at 76. No precipitation tonight or tomorrow. So we're looking good. But I know you definitely do need the rainfall. I know you were hoping for some rainfall at least. And honestly, for the next 7 days, no rainfall. No rainfall. Wind gusts will also be pretty high. I mean, you're talking about wind gusts tonight of up to 30 miles per hour. You go into tomorrow, and even into the future, continuing to be around 20 miles per hour. Temperatures will also continue to be hot. I mean, by July 4th, it's going to be around 96, 97. So it's going to continue to become a threat for you, not only here just in South Carolina, but also over there in San Antonio. For Raleigh, North Carolina, you have low temperatures tonight at 68, high temperatures for tomorrow at 91, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 69. No precipitation tonight or tomorrow, and just no precipitation until around next week, Sunday. It's going to continue to be hot for you. High temperature on July 4th, 105 degrees, and that's not even including heat index values. Not even including heat index values. So it's going to be boiling hot on July 4th, and this is just the start. If you think that 91 is hot tomorrow, this is the coolest day for probably the next 7 days. I'm just going to be honest with you. For the next 7 days, 91, this is your coolest day that you're going to have. Now, if we go in and take a look at Philadelphia, it seems like we have around low temperatures tonight at 68, high temperatures for tomorrow at 90, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 72. No precipitation, again, until around July 4th. July 4th, you have a 50% chance of rainfall, so that may not be the best if you're trying to, do outdoor activities. So make sure that you're keeping an eye out on that. And not only showers, but also thunderstorms as well could also be in the forecast for you. Now, it's also going to continue to be hot. 102 on Thursday, 104 on Friday. And then, same thing with Raleigh. Tomorrow will probably be your coolest day, 90 degrees. Probably going to be the coolest day over the next 7 days. I do see the answer inside the chat. We're going to go in and reveal that in just a second. Then for Duncan, Oklahoma, we have low temperatures tonight at 76. High temperatures tomorrow at 95, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 75. No precipitation tonight or tomorrow. Next chance of rainfall is on Sunday. And then it's going to continue to be breezy for you all the way through Wednesday. And it's going to continue to be hot. 98 on Friday, 99 on July 4th. And then, I can't really say the same for you. I think Wednesday probably going to be your coolest day, around 94. But tomorrow, 95. And that's all I have to say here. So, we're going to go on real quick, reveal the answer. I do see the answer inside of the chat. Let's go in and get a drum roll real quick. And we will go on and see who's the winner. It was Mr. Daniel. The Midlands was the correct answer. So congratulations to you. You can see it right there on the screen at the bottom right. You can see the Midlands kind of having a bit more of a warmer, warmer temperatures than the rest of the state. So congratulations to you for winning it for tonight. Pretty sure this is your second night in a row. It may be 3. I think it's 2. I think this is your second night in a row winning it. Oh, no, because I wasn't here on Saturday, so no. But I believe, yeah, this is your second night in a row, unless you won it beforehand, before this weekend. So, congratulations to you. And then, thank you also to Thad and then Mr. Michael, who went on and answered, and tried to give out an answer tonight. You guys are a part of the honorable mentions. Leandra is also a part of that honorable mention group, and then my Nana is as well. So congratulations to the 4 of y'all for being the honorable mention for tonight. And that's all I have to say there. One thing real quick. Taking a look at the new profile picture. I'm going to go ahead and put a poll inside the chat real quick and see what y'all think about it. So we're going to go, I'm just going to put yes. I'm just going to put good, and then bad inside the chat. Just seeing what we think about it. Here it is right here. See it right here inside of the center. So compared to what it was earlier, which I don't know if I have anything for it. Anything with the last one. Or I do actually. Let me look at the high temperatures. What's right there at the top right part of the screen, that's what the old logo was. Obviously, that's been the logo for years now at this point. But now this is the new one. This is the new one that is now a part of the channel now. So let me know what you think about it. The polls inside the chat, go in and vote in it. Again, it says new profile picture, good, and then bad. Those are the 3 options. And be completely honest, you don't have to, go on and just say good just because it's the best one. No, you could say bad, and just any opinions definitely would be appreciated. But that's all I have to say for tonight. Let me check my email real quick and see if we have any sort of pictures to be sent in for tonight. It looks like right now that we are good. I don't see anything in here. Don't see anything for here. So I will be back. Seems like most people are just saying good right now, so that's good to hear. Remember, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. We've had 33 people tune in tonight, only 8 likes, and we're at 758 subscribers, trying to get to that main goal of 800. Make sure you tune in tomorrow morning for your Tuesday morning forecast update. Also tomorrow evening for your Tuesday evening forecast update. Make sure you go and hit those 2 buttons before you leave if you're new.
Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. I love the way you walk, and I love the way you talk. When you walk that walk, and you talk that talk, you knocks me out off of my feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. How, 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 how. How, 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 how. Hey, hey. play tall. When you walk that walk and talk that talk, you knocks me out off my feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang.
Boom, 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 boom. Gonna shoot you right down off of your feet. How, 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 how.
Hey, hey.